Join Dessie Brown as he gives you inside access to industry leaders who are making it happen in entertainment, film, music, sports, and politics. It's the YouKnowDessie Show.
Yo. It's the YouKnowDessie Show, and we live in H-Town, Houston, Texas. And I'm here with Houston Legend, my dog, Carl Crawford.
What's happening, man?
What's up, my brother?
Yep, glad to be here.
Hey, man, thank you so much for being on the YouKnowDessie Show. It's a big moment for the show, and you really putting on not only for the city of Houston, but the state of Texas, and really the world. So I wanted to jump right in, man, and talk about the music. So growing up in Fifth Ward, Houston, you know, talk about how music really influenced you. And was that your first love before sports, or talk about that?
I mean, I think I love both at the same time. Music always gave me a certain feel. You know, people that's familiar with the Houston area, we had this place called Lockwood Skating Ring that we go to every Saturday. And here they didn't play none of the music that was on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Everything was like underground from you know, UGK, from Ghetto Boys to all the stuff that was coming up out of Houston. And you know, you took a liking to that field early on as a child. Now I don't know how I asked my parents today how y'all let us go to something like that back in them days, but you know, that's what was going on.
Yeah, and you mentioned like Ghetto Boys and UGK, so what I guess one of the songs or the artists that you really listened to growing up? Because like I grew up in Greenville, like an hour east of Dallas, and so I remember early on listening to my mind's playing tricks on me. So I was real partial to Ghetto Boys.
See, being from Houston, you got like you know everybody know the Ghetto Boys, but you know we had me being from Fifth Ward, it was the Ghetto Boys, it was the Fifth Ward Boys, it was the
I used to like Klondike Cat back in the day.
I didn't really know him. You know, you had like, guys, it's one name that we used to listen to back when we was coming up. But you know, you had Scarface, Pimp C, all those guys. We had this little kid named Tulo that was rapping back in the day. I don't know if you remember him.
I've heard of Tulo. I couldn't tell you what song. You had some back in that day. You had so many songs and artists. You ain't know nobody.
You can hear all this stuff every Saturday at Lockwood Skating Ring. You know what I'm saying? And you just kind of soaked it all up. You know, and you know, you just got caught by the culture there.
Yeah, and then coming up, I guess into you know, high school and things like that. I know you played every sport. Obviously, you excelled in baseball, but was that your first love, or did you kind of?
My first love was actually basketball. That's what I started out doing the most. You know, then your friends make you play the other sports because they're playing, and then you know, I had an uncle that played professional baseball, so I wanted to be like him. So I just like try this too, you know. So ended up playing all three as long as I could to my senior year when I finally had to give up basketball. And
you had scholarships for all of them, right?
Yeah, I had. You know, I'm all Texas in every sport. You know, so I had a chance to go to college in all of them with baseball. I ended up getting drafted out of high school, and you know, I rode with that. Yeah,
because they always say that you were, I guess, a point guard in basketball.
Yep.
And then the quarterback in football.
I was a quarterback, in the center field in baseball.
Yeah. So which one were you the best at personally?
I just know that I was a factor, you know, in the game. You know what I'm saying? I made an impact in every game. I wasn't like, it's like you have some guys who was good in football and he might be like the runner in baseball. Like, no, I was the main person
in everything. Yeah. I was good in football, you know what I'm saying? I was all right, you know.
I signed with Nebraska out of high school. You know, at the time they was the #1 ranked team in the country.
So you was an option quarterback then.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you know, I had big plans going to college.
Yeah. So I guess getting drafted out of high school, because if you were planning on going to Nebraska and then all of a sudden you drafted in baseball, how did your thought process change? And I guess they came with some money and
you know, 17 years old, but somebody offer you $1 million. You know, I'm from the hood, so you know you know that was a no-brainer.
Yeah,
you know, we can always go back to college at any time, go back and play. So that was my mentality. Hey, if baseball don't work, I'll just go back and play football. I gave myself about 3 years to make it, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And we're about the same age. I'm 40. I believe you like 39, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So when we were coming up, there were actually a lot of black baseball players. And nowadays kids don't really play baseball, and I don't know if they got priced out or.
Yeah, it's the money. It's cost so much. You got to think. A pair of spikes costs $100 and some dollars. You out of there right there. You got to get the glove. Probably costs the same amount. The bat costs. Helmet.
And then things.
And then you got to pay to play. You're on the team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they do that to you to kind of weed you out. So. But I encourage all black kids to play baseball.
Yeah, because that's where the money at. Like you seeing these contracts, these 300, 400.
I got 3 sons, and you best believe, one of them y'all finna see already. He already the #1 player in the state of Nevada. So you'll see. You gotta if they got ability to put them in baseball, they can play longer.
And how old is this son?
He's 17.
Yeah. That's dope, man. And most kids always want to play football or basketball or do music and things like that. It's always important to get that different level of exposure.
Yeah. I like for them to do multiple sports so they could be more athletic. And maximize their athleticism.
Yeah, my son is a senior in high school and he plays football and runs track, but he committed to Stanford, so he'll be going to Stanford.
What position he play?
He play safety and corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he fast, running 4.4.
Yeah.
So but I was impressed and really happy that he was real big on the education piece. So he had about 32 offers, but he was like when Stanford and Duke and Northwestern and schools like that started coming in, it was kind of a no-brainer that he was going to go to an academic school. Yeah.
He need to talk since my son.
Look, let's set it up. Let's set it up. But all right, well, I guess going into professional baseball and things like that, obviously music is whether you're listening to music in pregame or picking music when you come out.
Music is always around.
It's a soundtrack of life.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people say, I know I had a thing for music, but I really always did. My mom had a boyfriend and played in a band when I was probably like 4 or 5 years old, and we used to go to these practices and see him practicing, and I just fell in love with the bass player for some reason, and then he used to write up me and my brother raps when we was young. So we had to perform.
Go ahead, look, exclusive.
But at the family reunions when we was young, me and my brother used to have to rap these songs and stuff. But it was cool though. So I was actually introduced to music before I was sports. You know what I'm saying?
So okay, so we ain't gonna have you rap, but if you had some rap, so what was your rap name?
My rap name, I ain't have no rap name. I don't
know. Man, you
have
to have a rap name.
Listen,
man.
This is why God drove me to sports first, because I'm an executive on this side. I don't want to have nothing to do with a rap name or nothing like that.
So we can't look forward to no album or nothing. You ain't gonna do like Diddy, because Diddy was an executive too.
Maybe a few ad libs or something. That's probably all I got for you.
What's your ad lib? What's your go-to ad lib?
Some dope artists will have to give me one. I have to, say it for them. I ain't gonna come up with it on my own.
Because
they give me something and say it, make me say it right, deliver it right. Sure, I do that. I just realized that Lil J was behind voice of a whole bunch of stuff.
That's what I was about to say. Because he used to be at the beginning of a lot of those ghetto boys.
Money and the Power the whole time. The whole
spitting the
game.
Yeah,
I was like, shit. Maybe I need to get on a few tracks.
Right. See, and that's the thing, right? Suge made fun of Diddy for being all on the track, but if you think about it, all the executives that kept going and became moguls, all of them were on the track, whether it was a Jermaine Dupri, a Diddy, you know what I'm saying?
Now, man, you gotta get that credit.
Yeah, gotta get on there if nobody don't know. You know? So I hate, when you were playing baseball, what was your go-to Texas? Because you know how people come out when you getting ready to bat. I know you had to represent for Texas in some kind of way.
Well, when I first started coming out to music, I actually started coming out to Paul Wall. Okay. He had some songs that was making sense to what I was doing. I'm about to break them off and all that, So I was coming out to his music. First, a lot of, I was down in Florida, so I was trying to appease my crowd. I was coming out to like a Lil Plies and T.I. I wasn't coming out too much as the Houston music yet. When Still Tipping hit, of course. That was the banger. Yeah. But
and then baseball players are super superstitious.
Yeah.
So,
Very.
you know, I guess if you got a hitting streak or something,
it's going
then
down.
you're never
You ain't
changing
never
the
I
walk
had a
up
guy,
song.
you know, I had a teammate. He had the same walk up music for like 2 years, you know, and it was like, come on, bro, just change it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys that get superstitious and. You know, I used to try, once I realized that the part we had, I used to tell all my rapper buddies, look, man, I walk up to the plate 4 times. You want to get your music heard, just give it to me, make something exclusive, whatever. But they just could never grasp it. But
so what was your favorite all-time song to walk out to?
Man, it was like, when I got to LA, they speakers was so good.
Yeah.
So I was coming out to that Future.
Yeah.
Pimp C, like the Pimp C or something, parking lot Plex, and what was the name of it? It was something. He made a song referred to Pimp C.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
And that was
my
one.
song, yeah, because it just, you know.
Okay, and this will be my last question about baseball, but I guess when you hit a home run, you know, in baseball, it's so much tradition. Like they don't really want that flavor. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you flipping the bat. They don't want you running around a certain way.
Got a bunch of unwritten rules, you know.
Yeah,
kind of want you to stay.
Yeah, so how do you? Because you from Fifth Ward, so you still got to be you, but you still kind of trying to.
You gotta just, you know, like it's certain time, like if you blowing a team out, you know what I'm saying. But it's certain time, like if it's a game winner or something like that, you just, you know, you celebrate. I ain't really flipped the bat too much like that. That just kind of got in style. They just really don't care no more now.
Right.
But for the most part, yeah, you know, if you hit it good, you watch it land, you know. But you gotta deal with what come with that.
Yeah, you know somebody finna get hit with a pitch.
Yeah,
like
know,
that is on the way.
Hard in the ribs.
and then the
ball
dugout's coming on.
Going down.
Did you see a real fight? Because you know a lot of times people just come out and try to act like they fighting.
I seen some real fights. You know, it's just that, you know, up there. A lot of times y'all don't see like it'll be right there, but you know,
and then they cut away.
But it'll go back underneath. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't get to see when that stuff happens. Yeah, they take it all the way back to the locker room.
Yeah. So after your playing career, you know, a lot of times guys, whether it's Major League Baseball or basketball or NFL, a lot of guys struggle with figuring out what to do next.
Right.
You know, how was your transition after professional sports? Because it seems like they're usually kind of looking for that. Like people are used to being popular and being
and they want to stay in there.
Yes.
Well, I already like kind of had a feeling like what I was gonna do. Like I wasn't sure, but I had a good feeling about it because I had Paul Wall came to visit me one time in like 08 or something like that. And when he came to visit me, his manager, I ended up knowing him from my little league.
Right.
And when I saw that, the whole time I had been wanting to just get into the music or whatever, but it's like it was tight knit around here. They won't let you get in. You got the money in, but never. They still don't want you to come in. You know,
and that's an important thing, man, because it's like access and it's money.
Yeah,
you can't pay for access.
Yeah,
like you just
access to relationship. Like it's like your money. It's cool, but it's like if they don't want you in, they don't want you in, you know.
And then you have to be careful about like, you know, especially like with DJs and stuff like that.
Just
you got to be careful with paying.
Like when they see you coming with the bag, like it's finesse time. You finna meet all the finesses. So,
yeah, because you can't even, you know, at some point it's like I'm only playing this to get paid.
Yeah.
So you got to keep paying me, or I'm gonna play it now while you paying me. Oh, you ain't paying me no more? Okay, I ain't playing it no more.
Yeah. So it's like, you know. I saw that he was there, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a guy I know good. If I ever want to do this, I think I'm going to go start right with him. You know what I'm saying? And so, sure enough, I ended up retiring, and so I just, you know, gave it a shot. It was like, hey, you available? This 2016.
Okay.
Yeah,
so starting out.
In the back of my mind, I'm looking at the Houston culture, and I'm saying, yo, ain't nobody blew up yet. Damn,
because it's been a while.
Ain't nobody taking, don't nobody want that. You know, I'm sitting back in Tampa or LA when I'm at, like, I'm seeing the scene is, but I know as far as what it had been, what it could be. So I, you know, no down talking on like the legends and nothing. I just couldn't believe that nobody was like standing at the forefront trying to take that position right there. And I just kept saying, "Ooh, I hope they leave it open until I get home," you know.
Yeah.
So
and it's been a void since they kind of, you know, your Mike Jones and Paul Wall, since that little era, Chameleonaire.
Yeah. So I recognized that. So when I got home and I just saw it was just a wide open playing field, I just was like, I dove head first in, and I just wanted to get moving as fast as I could. You know, I dedicated my whole new life to that. You know, every day, nothing else, just music, learning everything I needed to know, and you know, speed up the learning curve, and you know.
And then as an executive, you know, talk about, because at the end of the day, it's all a gamble,
right?
You know, and it's just about how you, I guess, spread it out. You know?
It's a calculated gamble, but me knowing that, I felt like me being at home when I came home for the out season, you know, it was more like a popularity type thing. Anybody that we hung out with, went to a popular little section, they end up, everybody know them in the city. You know, we can take this with anybody. Yeah. And then not to mention the fact that we sit here and watch Drake come here, you know what I'm saying?
And take the whole Houston culture.
And like literally saw him from like when he didn't, you know, like when he first came here, how they used the Houston scene to blow him up. So I'm like, I'm already here to do the same thing. Right. You know, so that's where I got the idea from. And you know, I just tried to execute it when it was time. Yeah,
and then starting out, I know, because I think in an interview I saw you kind of speak about how you had a few artists, and so you're trying to, because you know the music business is basically signing several artists, putting money behind them, and then you know you might have 10 artists and only 2 of them hit, but when the 2 hit, that kind of takes care of everything else.
It does, and that's the approach I took. And you know, it worked. You know.
So how many artists did you sign in the beginning?
In the beginning, I signed. Let me see. Let's count.
That many?
See, Raylan, Louis, Bravo.
So you just had the bag all over the place. All right, a little bit over
there.
I
had about 7 or 8 people. You know. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, you know, we got started, cracked it up. I was just hoping one of them took off. Yeah, man. And shoot. We hit the jackpot. Yeah,
and then, right, exactly. Because if one artist can catapult the whole label and forever, really, you know. So, so I guess how did you kind of figure out that Meg was the one to kind of go? You know, or
it just kind of took off on his own. You saw it. It was just always developing. You know what I'm talking about? She had like a core fan base, so it was always some type of traction going on. You know what I'm saying? That we can follow. And you know, that's all you need is a little bit of traction to keep following. And we just watched it keep growing and keep growing, and you know, just engulfed in flames.
Yeah, and then from a standpoint of the genres, did you always want to have I guess a rap label, or are you into R&B, different?
Yeah, I wanted everything. We had an R&B singer too. Her name was Rayleigh, you know, and she was an R&B singer. We had a kid that we signed. You know, I just wanted all type of different stuff. You know,
yeah, so that way you could kind of run
do different things. Yeah, but you know, like I said, even the girl idea was new at that time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, I want a girl, I want some little young fly dude, we want a kid if we can, you know, a singer, you know what I'm saying? Just some of everything.
All right. So from that standpoint, were you going out finding people, or did you have some A&Rs?
We was you know, word of mouth or internet. Like I found a couple of people. Like I found Megan on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to get used to the new jack, the new jack. You know what I'm talking about? Because I didn't even have Instagram when I retired. I came back and. It was like, man, you crazy. You think you finna be in the music industry with no social media. So they made one for me. And like that same week is when I saw Megan on the thing.
Yeah. And that's the funny thing about this culture now, right? Yeah. You know, especially like a Houston culture. Yeah. You know, like Houston culture is more, it's a lot of cats that are laid back with the, you know what I'm saying, even whether they really street dudes or just the street mentality. Like, we ain't finna be putting all this on social media. We ain't posting every day and going live.
I could kill, anybody that could say that knew me, I could care less about social media. You know, I have money in real life. So it wasn't need for me acting like, you know, followers and all this type of stuff. What made me, I didn't even understand it at all. So. But I understand what it is now, and I understand it is a powerful tool, you know,
and it's commercial at the end of the day. That's what I usually tell a lot of my clients. I'm like, you can put out whatever you like. It's your show, it's your commercial, so you ain't got to put all your personal business on there and you know, and foolishness. Like, nah, you just craft it the way you need to handle business.
That's it. You know, promote what you need to do on there. Hope they don't delete it off.
Yeah. So moving forward. forward, you know, with your current, you know, team and things like that, with Meg blowing up and having that big opportunity, now I see you taking different artists, and it hadn't been a label like that lately. You know what I'm saying? And me and Bebe real tight. So me and Bebe be talking all the time about stuff like that. Like, okay, now you in a position to where you can have this artist over here with this distribution deal. You can have this artist over here. You know, so talk about the importance of that.
I just wanted to be the pipeline of talent. You know, that like when I got into this, they was like, yo, you know, we don't understand you coming to Houston or Texas trying to do this, but if you can get in, we heard it's a bunch of suppressed talent that's there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you can tap into that, then you gonna be the man. And I was like, well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So saying that is that, you know, that's what I wanted to come here to do, to get artists, just get them to the promised land. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, keep doing that as many times as we can. So.
And Texas is such a large state that you can make a lot of money in Texas without even like, you ain't even gotta leave Texas.
They do.
And that's what I felt like spoiled a lot of Houston rappers, like the last generation. Like they never had to make music for the world. They just simply made music for Texas and got rich in East Texas and Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like they cool. Like they ain't gotta do much more.
Yeah, they did. It did, you know. It's just one of those things. Texas so big, so you always hearing about, you know, we can make it. We ain't even gotta leave Texas, but that's not me. I want to be global. Right. I want to be, you know what I'm saying, venture out of Texas around the world, internationally, and all that type of stuff. But you know, I respect, you know, what they did to get, you know, that, you know, whatever it is out of Texas that they got, you know what I'm saying, and they satisfied with.
Yeah, and then talk about, you know, like having a footprint in Dallas, because I know you do a lot of listening sessions in Dallas, a lot of studio time. I know you and Bebe clicked up as well.
I mean, I feel like Dallas is like a little hotbed right now, you know.
And it's so much talent, but we don't have the infrastructure
I don't. And
in
that's
Dallas.
what I see.
And it's like,
I saw it here, I see it there too.
Yeah.
And I just, you know, I'm just kind of licking my chops right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and it's still so much music, so many artists, and it's like people don't know.
I was going live on my live on my Instagram, and that's how I, you know, found Erica. But you know, I was letting people go live and rap. But every time I asked one of these people or girls, I'm like, "Where you from?" They're like, "Dallas." I'm like, "Dallas? What's going on out there?" You know, I need to see what's going on. So it made me like, you know, just be more aware of what was going on. Yeah. So I got some time.
And I used to see it. You know, I used to. Run Park Ave, the big club out there. So I used to run Park Ave with CJ for like 5 years. So everybody coming through, you know what I'm saying? And whether it's Bebe coming through with artists or whatever the case may be, like it's like, man, there's so much talent in Dallas, but people just not getting to it.
Yeah, man, we gotta get that. We gotta tap into it. You know, we gonna see. I got a couple of producers from down there, Dodo. Well, he's from Dallas. Sarge, he's from Texarkana, but he's around the area a lot. So I be telling them like, yo, whatever's going on, y'all let me know.
Yeah, like keep me posted on.
Send me the little hot dudes that's coming. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to miss that. So you know, we trying to stay on top of that.
So when you're looking for artists or developing artists, I should say, are you looking for that artist with 100,000 followers already, or a specific sound that you could kind of see?
Yeah, like we want the people that's doing numbers and streaming, because then, you know, it's easier for us to put them in our system. But like, for instance, like one of my producers, Dodo, I see he's working with some guy down there in Dallas. He ain't ready yet, he don't have the numbers. Yeah. But when I walk in that studio, I'm like, yo,
he got something.
Here, you need to go and keep working with him and build them up. So, you know, that's how I kind of operate.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of you know, artists don't understand, is to kind of keep going and keep developing your craft, because if you stay consistent, people will start hearing your name.
Over time, from what I noticed, you know, once they keep at it, you know what I'm saying, they don't really go backwards. You know what I'm saying? They continue to go forward and they get better. And, you know, who knows what happens.
Yeah, and I always say, like, you know, you never know who's listening to you and who's watching you. Yeah. You know, a lot of times, especially with the way social media is, we get caught up on followers and, you know, or if you go live and it's only so many people watching, and it's like, man, they doing that because they trying to get advertising dollars out of you. that don't mean people ain't paying attention.
Because they are paying attention. You know, I see how them little labels works and all that. You would never know they looking, you know. But they will be watching.
Yeah, and then you mentioned Erica Banks being out of Dallas. So talk about this Busted Challenge, because, you know, I saw it in the very beginning. And then you know what I'm saying? Because we was at, where were we at? We was at the club one night in Dallas when I saw you. And, you know, it was going crazy then. Because the song had been out for a while.
Yeah, it was out for a while.
Yeah, and you saw the Busted Challenge kind of start. Yeah. And then it kind of lulled for a minute.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, it just came back like crazy.
Because the first time we did it, it wasn't like creative for like how they did it for like the switch, you know, look normal and then switch clothes.
Yeah.
So when they added that part to it, then that just took it to a whole nother level.
And I used to laugh
because
I see you. Every day. It was like he was posting somebody bigger and bigger doing the Busted Challenge.
Yeah, man, I had to go on ahead and let everybody see who was busting it. You know, we was waiting for. I was hoping Michelle Obama was gonna bust it.
I was gonna message you, and I was gonna say, did you get Michelle Obama to do it?
Nah, we wanted her to do it. I added her, you know, but I don't know.
I mad you added her.
Obama probably got mad at me or something. You know what I'm saying? No harm, Miss Michelle, but we still waiting for you to do that busting.
So who was the crazy one? Who was I guess the one that really shocked you? Because, you know, we all like, okay, this is a social media thing, you know.
Who shocked me?
Yeah, what's the one that shocked you? It could be somebody that you didn't.
You know what it was?
Or?
You know, they would have shocked me if they would have like really busted. So the ones like the ones that I was like surprised, like Terry Ellis and the ones like that, they didn't bust it though. You know what I'm saying? Now I tell you, the best one I thought was what's the name? Background dancer, one of the twins.
Chloe. She of age. She of age now. So I said she like 21, 22, but yeah, she took the cake. She brought it back.
Man, that was the best one.
Right, because she had, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't even like a lot of them people. I never like, that was like my first time ever even seeing her. Like I didn't even know who she was. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay.
Yeah. That's hilarious. But yeah, man. So I guess what's the timeline? You have a project you getting ready to drop with her, or because I know everybody waiting on her now.
I see we getting ready for Tooth That. You know what I'm saying? We ramping that up.
Yeah.
So after that, you know, we will be looking to drop a project with her. But you know, this Tooth That song has been gaining some organic feedback to where we haven't had to, you know, do much just yet. It features B King on it, and it's more up tempo. So we're finna roll that out. And
then how has the pandemic affected your business? Because, you know, like Erica is an artist that was able to utilize social media, so therefore she can still kind of blow up.
I think the pandemic kind of, in a weird way, kind of let us be, you know what I'm saying, become who we are, because when everybody stopped working, we just found a way to keep doing stuff. We made it look as if, you know, nothing changed. So we was able to break an artist during a pandemic, which people like, man, how did y'all break an artist?
Yeah, and I got to give you props for that, right? Because, you know how the naysayers and the haters, they go think, okay, the situation with you and Meg, okay, so now you out of there. But what's the line? Make another hole? Like, okay, you done got another one popping.
Yeah, man, they hit me with the line, you know, if you may want to make another one. Now, granted, you know, Erica isn't where she's at yet, but I know that they didn't ever nobody probably think I'll get to where I have another song nationally, you know what I'm saying, topping on the billboards, and, you know, who knows what's next to come from her. But like I say, man, that's just the best way to like, you know, get back or just say what it is, or you know what I'm saying? The ultimate get back is to success.
Yeah. And what's your current roster like? Who's currently?
Right now, it's just Erica and Stunner Band we have right now. You know, we had a few artists that we was pushing early on, but these are the two that's at the forefront right now. We finna present to everybody, and you know.
And I know they have the single together as well.
Yeah, they got the single together. They both, you know, Stunner has the real story here in Houston, and he's like the local guy that everybody's rooting for. So, you know, we had that going for him, and him and Erica, they gel together real good, like you know, brother and sister. And so,
and Erica has a lot of hot features right now too.
Yeah, she's on
the Yellow Beezy record too.
Yeah, she went back. She killed that. You know what I'm saying? She got some more coming up, but she definitely been, you know, she a beast with that pen, you know.
Yeah. She got the
real
personality,
aggressive, you know.
man,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Real aggressive, you know.
That's why I reached out to y'all when we were doing the Barbara Jordan Leadership Institute voting campaign,
Right.
and she did the drop for me.
Right.
You know, so like.
Did she
you
put
can
your
see
name
it.
in a drop?
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah. She gonna specialize. We told her to specialize in drops so everybody could feel important, you know.
Right. I did feel special, you know what I'm saying? And I had mine early on. Look, it wasn't even time to vote no more. I was gonna bring mine back. Like, this is my challenge right here. So what's next for you personally? With trying to put your footprint everywhere. I know you're in Atlanta a lot. I know you're expanding the label and everything.
Yeah,
like that.
that's what we want to do. We want to keep expanding, keep developing young talent. You know what I'm saying? We looking for superstars. We just
look. He said he's looking for superstars. So
we want
that's
potential
somebody.
superstars.
Yeah, somebody need to hear that right now. So I know people go be in your DMs. I'm sure people going crazy sending you music. And
I do, but I check it. I like to get the stuff. That's the only way you're gonna find it, really.
Yeah.
You know, you got to sort that stuff out. And make sure you don't
had
miss
the
nothing.
series for a while where you were going live, having people email.
Yeah, I was going live, doing that stuff.
And playing people music right there and getting people feedback.
So we'll reach out to a couple of those people, but like I said, it worked with Erica. We literally say we caught her off live TV. So it can happen.
Look, that fast. Yeah. It don't take much.
Yeah, when we heard her Busted song, we was all while she was playing it. We all.
Oh, so she already heard the record?
Yeah, she had it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She brought the record to us, and when we heard it,
that's amazing.
So we hang up. Get her to Houston. Let's go.
Right.
It was quick, just like that.
Yeah, and a lot of people, some people don't realize she's from Dallas. People just immediately thought she was from Houston.
They think she's from Houston because we brought her down here to Houston, and we kind of like move her around. So it's like we made, she wanted to move out of Houston, out of Dallas, and get, acclimated in another city. Kind of like, she young, so you know how it is. They want to get away.
They want to get out, move around.
Up,
You ain't made it till you left where you from, that type of thing.
Yeah,
man. And is there anything else before I get you out of here that you need to shout out, that we need to be on the lookout for?
Like I say, man, just be on the lookout for new music from 1501, Erica Banks, Stunner Band, all 2021, because we plan to be rocking that, and we're going to have all the girls tooting that and busting it all year long.
1501. It's the Dessie Show, live with H-Town legend, my dog, Carl Crawford. Appreciate you, my brother.
Man, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we out.